Hello everyone, I'm Doreen Fisher, and I want to ask you a question. Have you ever heard an idea coming from someone and you completely rejected that idea because it came from someone you did not like? This is something that we've all done, and I want to tell you why it's very, very bad. A lot of good ideas get rejected for this reason, and this is being used as a tool to kind of control what you think. It's one of those things where someone in society presents an idea, and if that idea comes from a group of people that you don't like or don't normally agree with, then you'll reject the idea, even if you might, underneath it all, think it's a good idea. Because when we see it's coming from a group of people or a person that we don't necessarily like or agree with normally, then we have a tendency to reject it completely before we even look at it. And this is a very bad habit that we've developed, and the people in charge know this. So whenever an idea is presented in society that might actually help situations, that might even be a really good idea, if the side that doesn't want you to hear that idea wants to keep you from believing it when you do hear it, they will tell you, or they will lead you to believe, that it comes from a group of people that you've been kind of conditioned to not like or not agree with. So you will naturally just completely reject that idea, even if, having a little time to think about it, you might actually think it's a good idea. This is kind of the old adage behind throwing the baby out with the bathwater, basically. That's where that old saying comes from. You're throwing the idea out because it comes from a place that you don't necessarily like. And a lot of good ideas get thrown away for this very reason. So when we're hearing ideas in society and somebody's telling us, well, that's what they said, that's what those people said, that's what that person said, and we don't like that person, we don't like those people, we shouldn't listen to that. We should just reject it because it came from them. And we'll completely reject really good ideas sometimes. So what I'm saying here is, in order to break the mental chains and learn to think for ourselves, we have to get out of our emotions in that minute, because that is what's causing it. We are having an emotional response because we don't like this person, where this idea is coming from. We don't like this group of people. So we're having an emotional response, and that emotional response shuts down any critical thinking we can possibly have. So we need to get control of the emotions in that moment and really listen to the idea, really listen to what's being said. And sometimes we'll find that what they're presenting is a good idea, even though it's coming from them. Even though it's coming from those people, it might actually be a good idea. But we have to start really hearing what's being said and really listening, which helps in many other ways also. But this way we don't throw out good ideas. And we train ourselves not to have an emotional response to everything we hear. It's part of learning how to listen, which is a lost art in our society. We've stopped listening to anyone. So the conversation ends. And the conversation cannot end in a society that needs to fix itself. So we need to start listening. And we need to start hearing what's being said. You can reject anything you want as long as you have listened fully to what's being said. You don't have to accept anything. You don't have to accept anything that you don't like, but you need to hear it and you need to listen to it. And that is one of the things that breaks us out of our old patterns of thinking. And it's something that we need to practice every day.